stretch to. If Kai Havertz starts in that matchup against Manchester United, then I mean, we can just call it quits, because this manager would have completely ripped any ounce of respect that is remaining of the Arsenal. That I just want to see who he starts with in that game against Manchester United. Deji, you can rant on. The only thing I'm giving you today is Thomas Frank. What a defensive display. What a defensive display. That's all you're gonna get from me. For you to say that you played very well, I mean, you had 44% of the ball possession. You hardly controlled the game personally. Yes, you got 3 balls hit the Arsenal goalpost even before you guys scored the goal. I hear that, but I mean, that wasn't really a masterpiece. It's just a defensive masterpiece. So you should, shake your bum humbly. I mean, don't shake it and start dancing all around us. I mean, we don't want to see that.
What are you saying, Deji? What do you make of what Tony said?
I think Tony is a politician. And for those of us that know Nigerian politicians, then they're not to be trusted. I'm just putting it out there. So look, Tony did a lot of waffling, and he was chatting rubbish. I mean, Tottenham hit the post 3 times, they scored. Let's talk about the fact that people were telling me that Tottenham is Arsenal's little bros. Well, Romero on Kai Havertz, who little broed who? Jed Spence on Saka, who little broed who? Kudus on Miles Lewis-Skelly, who little broed who? Odebear on my man, who little broed who? Papsar and Raya, who little broed who? The fact of the matter is, Tottenham team pretty much little broed the whole of that Arsenal team today. And there is no excuse. North London derby is North London derby, even if you say it quick. You don't fly all those miles to Hong Kong and to put up that pathetic performance that you man did. I knew that there were frailties in your defensive lineup. We got a glimpse of it today. Remember, the season starts in 2 weeks, bro. It's 2 weeks, not 2 months. And from what I saw today, Tottenham looked good, and Arsenal looked like there's a lot of work to be done. And look, I know, let me not be too harsh on Gyökeres. He's got 2 weeks to wait to burn off all the burger he's eaten pre-season, like that. That's it. But that's it. Get him to the gym, get him on the treadmill, get him moving his legs, because the guy's looking stiff, bro. Stiff.
Deji, well, if you say that this Tottenham Hotspur's display today is going to win you the league or get you top 4, brother, stop dreaming. You're not going to get anywhere with this brand of football you play today. No, you're not going to get into Champions League spaces when you play that kind of brand of football next season. Let's call it what it is. It's just a Thomas Frank display. These questions have been asked by other managers in the Premiership last season. Mikel Arteta, can you break a low block? Mikel Arteta, what would you do if we sit back and soak up all the pressure and actually truncate any kind of movement down the right-hand side? What are you going to do? And the answer is clear. Mikel Arteta has no answers to teams that play an extreme low block and decide to defend their 4. He completely loses all composure when there's 2 or 3 players that totally outclasses Bukayo Saka and defend against him. He has no answers to that. It's simple. Can you break a low block? The answer is no. Eddie Howe did it last season. Brentford did it last season. I have a whole host of teams that actually did that to us last season. So, Deji Sports, the brand of football you displayed today, nada. It's not going to take you anywhere. I can only hail Thomas Frank for that defensive display today. I give him the kudos. That's all I'm giving to you. That game wasn't really that. I mean, it's just one shot on goal. It was just one shot on goal.
I gave you the kudos too when he turned Master Skelly inside out, made him look like he wasn't existing. But you know what? Forget me, and Tony, I hear what you got to say. I want to hear what Northside has to stay, because I think Northside is more on my side of the fence than he is your side of the fence.
No. See, Deji Sports. Let's just get this correctly. I've given you kudos about that win, and I've said it where you need to analyze it properly. Thomas Frank has taken a Tottenham Hotspur team that conceded 65 goals last season, a team that came 17th last season, to a defensively potent team in preseason. I give that to him. So, I mean, don't think that Northside is just going to dance around. The only thing is that we fucked up. Mikel Arteta messed up today. It's still the same way we're going to play. But
what are you giving me?
I think there'll be differences at the start of the season. I don't think Kai Havertz will start that game. I don't think he's going to start the game when the Premiership reopens. By then, we might have gotten Eze, where we can actually see someone cut through the middle and get the passes onto Gyökeres. I mean, Gyökeres came in the 76th minute. How do you expect, to get on the score sheet when you have one of the most lethal strikers sat up on the bench up onto the 76th minute? The problem is not, it doesn't matter how many players you give to Mikel Arteta. He's a stinker. He's stinking up the place. So we just have to manage what we see right now and just hope that we get in one or two players before the end of the transfer window that can actually help us out, get forward.
I just want to say this, this manager, do you know, I said at preseason, I said, I want to see different ideas. I've criticized this manager saying, I didn't like that he ran out of ideas against PSG. I want to see something different. And I'm not seeing anything different. I'm not seeing it in style of play. I'm not seeing it in formation. I'm not seeing it in the lineup. In preseason, our best players, have been mainly our young players. Mainly. Diamond balling out, Ethan. A lot of these players should be starting. You're telling me that we're still continuing preseason with Martinelli starting. For what reason? I thought we're trying to get rid of this guy. Why is he starting? This guy was supposed to be linked to teams like AC Milan. For me, the team should be from the attack to the midfield. It should be Gyökeres, Saka, Ethan, Dalman in the 10. Go and play Rice and Zubamendi. Then, if you want to play Dalman in the 10, and then we already know the defense. I already told Kivio, this guy's a bum. I don't even know why this guy's starting. If he wasn't good enough last season, then why are we not starting Mascara? Because people are hyping up Mascara. Why didn't he start? Because I tell you what, when we've got injuries, people don't trust Kivio. So this is supposed to be the new guy to trust. Why is he not starting? I'm not saying that I rate Mascara. I'm just saying Arteta's got to justify his signings. But we already know. Tony, you're sitting there saying, yo, he's going to start a different lineup. No, he won't, bro. No, he won't. He's stubborn, bro. He's stubborn. Do you know why he's playing Havertz? Because he wants to still show you. You, man, told me at the end of the season I need a striker, but remember we got Kai Havertz? This guy was shit, bro. This guy was rubbish. In the box, man told me that he was gaining pounds and getting wham and that. Man's getting pushed to the floor in the box. Man can't even hit it on target. Getting muscled by flipping Tottenham defenders. Come on, this is a joke. There's nothing different to the way that we're playing. Our left-hand side is still dead. Kai Havertz link-up plays all over the place, getting pushed and barged all over the place. Declan Rice, bro, Norgard was absolutely rubbish. Odegaard, frustrating. These are all things that we know. At least try something different. You know what it is, Not that I ever want to lose to Spurs, but at preseason, at least show me something different. I can say, do you know what? You actually tried something different. You know what? We actually improved the midfield. We improved the attack. Do you know what? We transitioned well. It was the same old rubbish. You've got Gyökeres there. We went months and months and months to get Gyökeres. Why are you not starting him? For what reason are you not starting him? Would he not start in the Super Cup?
Fit,
get out of it. He's not fit. If he's not fit, then he shouldn't have even been on the bench. That's what I say. If you're not fit, don't be on the bench. Because even taking him off the bench, he can get injured, bro. Nobody can predict an injury. So then just rest him. Then it makes complete sense. Okay, he's resting him completely. I'm not seeing anything different. Lewis Skelly in that midfield, bro, he is a midfielder that is playing left back. Do you know what I'm saying? This guy, at the end of the day, that hospital pass from Raya as well to Lewis Skelly, bro. Raya was absolutely shocking, bro.
Shocking,
Lewis Skelly was horrendous, bro. Horrendous. I've told man about Kivi. I told man, when man told me we've got different versatility positions and we can play different players, this is what happens. This is what happens. When I told man, when we got Norgard and people saying he's only a bench player, well, this is why I don't like him. Because if we actually have injuries, he's starting. Are you convinced? Are you convinced by Norgard at the moment? Are you convinced? Because I'm not.
No, I'm not. I'm not convinced by Norgard. But I am of Mosquera. I mean, the dispose. I mean, that was disgraceful and shameful. Targeting Mosquera, Christian, calling him a mosquito. It is actually one of the brighter sides. You know, the dispose. Yeah, I mean, he has no shame. He will target even the youngest player up for criticism. You know, but again, that's his tactics. I know how he rolls. The dispose today. Two of the brightest shining lights we had today in that game. If there's any positives we have to take from that game today, it's Max Dolman and Christian Mosquera. Played very well.
But Tony,
the little tackles he made, I'm convinced of it.
Yeah? If this is the service that we're going to be providing this striker, it's irrelevant getting a striker. There's no point. If you're not going to give him service, there's no point, bro. You should have just kept him in Lisbon. He was living life. Because we've been saying, all this fan base kept talking about we need striker, we need striker. No, we needed multiple things. But you know what blessing this manager's had here is attacking talent coming through the youth academy. Ethan is a baller. Dalman is a baller. But you know what you need
to do? Lewis is the baller as well.
Deji knows you have to guide the young G's, bro. You got to guide the young G's. You can't just leave them out there, and you actually got to play them. We're not playing them in favor of players that we want to get rid of. Odegaard will hold bench. Everyone's asking for Eze. He holds bench. Why is he starting this game? He should have held bench for flipping Ethan last season. This preseason, he should be holding bench for Dalman, bro. This is how shit this guy is. Martinelli should be holding bench, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing?
But bro, I think for me, I think it's fair to say that I'm allowed to have a little bit of chest because a lot of men were cooking me for the fact that Tottenham drew with Luton, Tottenham drew with Wycombe Wanderers, and the fact that we turned up today and we did what we did to you and we looked fairly comfortable. And you got to think Thomas Frank is just getting started. And I remember Tottenham are going to be bringing in maybe a Polina. We've still got 60 mil that we want to spend. We didn't spend it on Morgan Gibbs. So maybe we might go back into the transfer window for Eze. And the only reason why I think we might go back is because it looks like you man are going to flop the Eze deal. You man don't want to trigger the release clause. You man are doing everything within your power not to get Eze over the line. And for me, I said it and I say it again. And I said it to you, Northside, and it was quite strange because usually me and you agree, but sometimes I feel like maybe you stream a little bit too long and you starting to get a little bit ahead of yourself because you keep reading the chat. Because I told you about your team hasn't really improved, and I wasn't sure about Gyökeres, but yet you were telling me, and I'm not judging Gyökeres today. I'm judging your team. Your team doesn't look like you're saying. There's been no evolution in over the summer. There hasn't, none of the players apart from Gyökeres and Zubimendi. What does Zubimendi do? Yes, I know Zubimendi is going to need time to settle down. We know Gyökeres needs time to settle